Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, fiddly hamily yeah. I'm just gonna open all my videos now with the theme song. Oh, and by the way, what's up, my beautiful, glorious Dreamfasters? It is Danny Gallows, of course. Who'd you think it was? So yeah, guys, this past weekend I was able to get out and see Jurassic World Dominion, the final film in this new franchise, this new set of movies here. And you know, honestly, I wasn't really that excited for this film. I liked the first Jurassic World okay. I thought it was a decent action movie with decent action sequences, a decent story. I know a lot of cool dinosaur stuff, but you know, that was about it. It was kind of underwhelming. And Fallen Kingdom, well, was Fallen Kingdom. So the original Jurassic Park is one of my all-time favorite movies. Here's my Jurassic Park VHS right here, right from my VHS collection over there. It was one of the very first to ever go on my shelf. Still got the movie store tickets on it and everything. Vintage piece right here. And you know, that's part of the reason I love Jurassic Park so much is all the nostalgia attached to it, because I just have the greatest memories of, you know, just being like, you know, 10, 11, 12 years old, you know, having popcorn and pizza sleepovers with my friend, and Jurassic Park was the movie that we would watch literally on repeat over and over and over again, because you know, there was something fascinating about seeing dinosaurs on screen in such a grand scale and such a great movie with such great performances, right? I mean, you guys got to think about this, like the graphics from Jurassic Park, they still hold up today. If you watch that film, those special effects are on point. They are absolutely mind-blowing. It's unbelievable, actually, how well they've held up today. So I just have a real connection to this movie. So, of course, I'm going to be very, very nitpicky whenever it comes to Jurassic World. But I will say, you know, Fallen Kingdom did have an interesting ending, right? I have to say I was intrigued to see what they were going to do next, because they presented this whole idea of dinosaurs being out in the wild, adding to this delicate balance that humans have between, you know, ourselves and wild animals, right? There are wild, dangerous animals that live everywhere on the planet, but we just don't interact with them that much. We stay away from them. We stay in our neighborhoods, in our cities, and they're out there in the wild. And now dinosaurs are out there in the wild. So there's a lot of interesting concepts there. There's a lot of interesting directions you can go with the story. So I have to say that even though I wasn't really particularly looking forward to this film, I was still a bit intrigued to see where the story was going. However, alas, yet again, Hollywood has left us with another completely lackluster film. Yeah, guys, Jurassic World Dominion just doesn't have it. It just doesn't have it. And you know, the real problem is this is what I would classify as one of those Hollywood B movies, meaning that you see the same distinguishing features in B movies as you do in this movie, except that it just has a much higher production value. And it's just glaringly obvious that there was very little effort put into this movie. And that doesn't come from the visual effects or the graphics or anything. Those are always spectacular. The real problem here is the writing. You know, it's not necessarily the ideas that are being presented, it's the execution of the ideas, right? Like, the actual writing of the movie, how everything is constructed and executed is just very, very poorly done. And I think that, you know, the main issue is that it's too convoluted. They're trying to cram too much story. You know, all the characters are in kind of separate places and they're all doing separate things, and so it's distracting. And you know, when it should just be a simple action movie, right? It should just be a simple movie about, you know, all these people trying to solve this problem with giant dinosaurs and cool action sequences, but instead what they do is they try to cram so much information into the story at once that it's a little bit thick, milky to see through. I mean, part of what made Jurassic Park, the original film, so fun is that it was very simplistic, right? It was a very simple idea. Dinosaurs escape, all hell breaks loose, and people have to fend for themselves and figure out these problems. It's a very, very simple idea. And what you have in Dominion is the same concept, but it's like plus this idea, plus this idea, plus that idea, plus this idea, plus that idea, plus this idea, plus that idea. And there are times where you forget that you're watching a Jurassic World movie because there are all these different kind of ideas. It's too crowded, it's too crammed together. And they should have taken a note from the original film. They should have gone back to their roots and just made it as simple as possible. Sometimes, you know, this is a classic example of less is more. But, you know, this film does have one pretty cool redeeming quality, and that is that none of the action set pieces, action sequences, and dinosaurs were lame. You know, all of the action sequences in this movie, how the dinosaurs looked, how they acted, how they appeared, how they interacted with people, that was all really cool. And also, you know, the entire original cast is back, at least, you know, the Holy Trinity is back for this movie. And there are a lot of sequences throughout the film that, you know, will have you smiling. They really will, because some of their interactions are so genuine and so pure, and it recalls a lot of memories from the original film, so you'll catch yourself smiling there, you know, as they interact with each other. But, you know, the problem is that surrounding them is all this stupid crap, like, you know, like you know, raptors being able to run at the speed of a car, but as a human is escaping, the raptors can't catch up to them. Again, it's this classic B-movie crap that doesn't make sense, right? And there's all this stupid crap like that just, you know, laced all throughout the film, and it just drags the film down so much. It's like, you know, if you're going to focus so much on, you know, making this film the best it can be, because this is the cap film, this is the end film, it's the third film, it's the end of the sequel trilogy. And if you're going to put so much time and effort into this film, why are you directing this like a B-movie and allowing so many B-movie things to happen that are really taking away from the story to the point where it's almost groanable, you know? So, yeah, that's about it. That's about all I have to say about this film. You know, this film is equally as bad as Fallen Kingdom, if not more so. It might be the worst film in the franchise. I mean, you can juggle around which action, you know, sequences were better from each film, but it's probably equally as bad as Fallen Kingdom, and that is really, it's a shame, you know, because, I mean, the franchise wasn't that good, but it wasn't dead either. So it's like, you know, you had a chance with this third film and they just did not execute on it, and it is incredibly disappointing. So, no doubt, what am I going to score? Jurassic World Dominion? Well, we'll go with a orange belt. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, guys, I mean, there's no doubt, you know, this is a low-level beginner film, you know, edging on being a B movie. And that is just incredibly disappointing to see the franchise end like this. And again, you know, I keep bringing up this point. We just need to get some new franchises. We need to stop milking these old franchises for everything they're worth, because, you know, it's just not working. You know, we just saw the Fantastic Beasts series pretty much die. Now Jurassic World goes out with a very, very low roar. You know, and it's time to find some new franchises, move on from, you know, rehashing and remaking and rebuilding things. We need some new writers, we need some new franchises, and yeah, a sad end to Jurassic World. Alright, my friends, well, that's enough blathering from yours truly for right now. Now comes the best part of the video, where I turn it over to all of you. So have you guys had a chance to see Jurassic World Dominion yet? And if so, leave all your thoughts and opinions down below in the Great White Void. I always enjoy reading through your comments. And as always, until next we meet, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys back here for the next video very soon.